Hello everyone, this is Parrot Fluffer and welcome to episode 11 of the Wigan Athletic Career Mode. A very laid back episode, just looking through a lot of the stats, a lot of the other leagues around the world, who's been promoted and relegated in England, who's won all the major trophies, a squad report and just stuff like that. So it's basically a season in review. Going to look at the first season we've had with Wigan in FIFA 18. And then also prepare ourselves for next season. And speaking of preparing for next season, the first thing we have to look at is player contracts, and there are quite a few running out. We've got the first four, which are Walton, Tony, Evans and Elder. Those guys are going to return from their loans and go back to their parent clubs. Might look to bring back maybe Elder, and Evans, Tony and Walton I'm not really that concerned about. And also we got 3 player contracts which are expiring, and we're only going to really look at 2 of them because Jamie Jones isn't that good, he is quite old, so we're going to let his contract expire and let him leave the club. But for Donovan Daniels and Andy Kellett, we're going to try and offer him new contracts. Now the problem is, we can't. Like, there's no option, because they're on loan, we can't do fuck all with their contracts. So we're going to have to recall both Daniels and Kellett from their loans. It's going to cost us a bit of money to do so, but you know, this is what we have to do to get their contracts sorted out because, you know, fuck us, right? So they're both back from the loan. Let us now sort out the contracts. Starting off with Donovan Daniels, we will just do a proper contract negotiation for him, and for Andy Kelly I'm going to leave it up to my assistant because I can't be arsed faffing through that many contracts. Well, I said that many, I mean 2. You know, because 2's a lot more than 1 people. Fuck off, maths. Important, yeah. I think yes, we're gonna have to look. I think we're gonna have to look at our centre backs next season. I think I might have brought too many in. Definitely gonna loan 1 or 2 out. Maybe sell a few more as well. By the way, look at our wage budget. What the fuck's going on there? That is massively broken. Right, and the contract length. Fuck that. I'm going to say 4 years, they're going to say 2, then we're going to be like, okie doke, we'll do 3, and then they'll be like, okay, we'll do 3 years. So simple, you know what's going to happen, no release clause, yep. Moving on, £7,000, he wants a wage increase of, I don't know, whatever the fuck he's asked for. What he's on, £5,000, so £1,100 a week, that's not actually that much, but we're going to counter anyway, fucking course we are. Yeah, you're not going to get that much of a signing bonus, mate. Let's say 45,000, and we'll put your wage up to 7,500. You know, we're being nice. Appearances, let's edit that bonus. No, actually, fuck off. Let's remove the bonus. You twat. And we'll submit that offer. Bang. There you go. £7,500 a week. He's getting a bit more than he asked for, but at the same time, we ain't giving him a shit ton of money in his, you know, in his like currently signing for, because he isn't really signing for us, you know, whatever. Words. Right, I said I was going to do the fucking delegate renewal, but you know what, nah, we'll do it ourselves. We've got a bit of time this episode, obviously not a lot of time, but fuck it, let's go through this. Rotation player, yes, you'll be rotation. Not even going to argue that. 3 years, that means we'll counter for 4. You know how this works already, people. No release clause, we don't really care. Not looking to sell Kelly, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. Now, they want us to do the wage. I would say £2,000, and the signing bonus, let's say 35,000. 35,000. I figured, and I've worked out, that if you don't offer a signing bonus, it's very hard to sign somebody on a contract extension. It's only very rare occasions where they do accept it. So, increasing wage, they want a bit more. Alright, we'll counter and remove the bonus, but then just accept his wage, because he's only asked for £300 more a month. Okay, now they want £100 more a month. Fuck it, we'll accept it, we don't care. £500 a month more for him, that's not too bad. And we can do that, and there we go. We've got 2 people now on a new contract, and that is Daniels and Kellett. Also, whilst advancing through the weeks, we got our first youth player who wanted out of the club. It was Mason White. He was the tall striker, about 6'2", 6'3", quite strong. Max potential, I believe, was in the mid to high 70s, but his overall was in the high 40s. So the amount of time and effort we would need to put into him just to get him up to that rating, by that time we would have a better youth academy, better players, and be hopefully by that time in the Premier League. So we decided to say no to Mason White, let him go, and now he's, fucked off. And what we've been doing in the meantime is training our youth players who are at the club currently, training the better ones, and we always make decisions on youth players unless they're amazing once they want to leave. So if we get a high potential youth player who's got like, a 60 overall, then yeah, we'll promote him pretty much straight away. But if we get players who are like mid 50s, potential of between say 76 or something and mid 80s, we'll wait until they want to leave, then decide on their future then. But yeah, Mason White was the first youth player who wanted out, and he got his wish. And now for a look at the League One table, and my voice has just started to go, so this is going to be interesting. But as you can see, we walked it with the Scunthorpe. 112 points for us, 92 for them. They were 19 points ahead of the team in third, and we were 20 points ahead of them, and we came first. That's how good we were. 111 goals scored and 112 points, so almost the same amount of goals as points, which is fantastic. And yeah, 34 wins, 10 draws, probably a bit too much. A lot of them were sim games and 2 losses. Scunthorpe, 27 wins, 11 draws and 8 losses. So then the top 2. Then for the playoff places, we have Plymouth, Rotherham, Wimbledon and Blackburn. Now that is quite surprising because Rotherham and Wimbledon were pretty much there since the midway point of the season, so that makes sense. But Plymouth and Blackburn kind of came into it in the last few games of the season. That is why I didn't show you. Teams like MK Dons dropped off massively. They finished 7 points behind Blackburn, and Bradford finished 3 points behind Blackburn in the end. So maybe 1 or 2 more wins would have seen them up there. And in the end, their biggest problem was drawing well too many games. 23 draws is just terrible, really. Because even if you won one of those games, you had a bit of a chance of getting up, getting promoted. So yeah, a bit disappointed from them too at the end of the season. And the teams going down are Gillingham, Shrewsbury, Northampton and Rochdale. Bit of a twist from real life at the moment, because obviously Shrewsbury are top of the table. Wigan fucked up recently. Well, as I'm recording this anyway, I'm not sure when it's going out. And Northampton, probably realistic. Rochdale, I expect to stay up. Gillingham are doing a bit better now, so them 4 going down is interesting. But Rochdale and Northampton were only 1 point behind Blackpool, and Southend were 3 points ahead of Rochdale and Northampton at the end. So very interesting at the bottom. Gillingham, judged on those like scores and performances, deserve to go down. I would say the same as Shrewsbury, because obviously 5 points behind is 2 wins. So yeah, them are the teams going down, were the teams who got promoted, and that is it for the League One table. And what you're seeing now is a massive glitch. Now on the left side of the screen you will see the Premier League and Championship table from the 6th of May. On the right side of the screen will be the exact same tables from the exact same save file on the 26th/27th of June. And pause it and take a look for yourself. There are massive differences in the table. This only affected the Premier League and the Championship. League 1 and League 2 were unaffected. I didn't check the rest of the leagues from around the world to just double check this, but holy shit, this is a big glitch. It changed who won the league, it changed who got relegated, and it changed who finished in what position. So massive bug, and I really can't explain how it happened or why it happened, but it did, and there it is. And starting off looking at our club, we'll take a look at the objectives. And in the youth development, we did achieve our goal. It was Dominic White, or whatever the fuck his name is. He eventually got that target achieved. Brand exposure, we failed. Now, I'm not sure how I could have actually done that one, because that's completely out of my hands. I'm guessing because we're only a League 1 side, we won't sell out our attendance. I honestly don't fucking know. So yeah, we failed that one. We also failed the reducing player wages, but it was a low priority. Plus, that is a fucking bullshit objective and really fucking hard to do. Basically, it's sell a player who's quite good and don't buy anybody in. That's basically the only way that I think you can do that one. So yeah, bullshit. Next one, domestic success, the most important one. It was very critical. We did win the league title and we did reach the round of 32 stage only just in the FA Cup. So we achieved them ones. and we had no continental objectives. And now for the squad report, it's in position order, starting off with keepers. So we have Jordan Archer up by 1, did well when he came in January and made quite a few crucial saves, so he was a vast improvement on Walton. And Jamie Jones did well in the Carabao Cup, didn't actually win the Carabao Cup because we replaced him for Soriano in the final, sorry about that. But he's leaving us at the end of the season, his contract is up. Walton also leaving us at the end of the season, his loan is expiring, he'll go back to Brighton, and we might even face him next season in the Championship, who knows. Evans, a good third choice keeper, but if we get a youth keeper coming through, he'll get replaced. And Soriano is the backup keeper, although him and Archer will fight a lot more next season for positions and places. And you know, we've got good interesting battle there, a good mid-aged 20-year-old and also a young 20-year-old lad who could do well in the future. No idea what I said then, by the way. Completely just random and bullshit. Now for the right backs, we've got Luke Burke, Leon Davis and Nathan Byrne. Luke Burke up by 9, majority of that was training. Looking good for the future, maybe next season he'll play a few more games. Leon Davis, good third choice player, probably play in cup games next season, definitely the Carabao Cup he will play in those ones. And Nathan Byrne, main choice right back, and he did very well. Now on to centre backs, and this is where we have a problem because we have Miles Robinson, good centre back, Craig Morgan's leaving us. We also have Dan Byrne, Terrell Thomas, Sam Stubbs, Dunkley, Daniels, and we also have Angus MacDonald coming in next season. So they're all good centre backs, all very similar in terms of rating other than Stubbs. So I'm going to go through them dead quick. Robinson, pretty good when he came in, a good pacey centre back, he's looking good for the future. Morgan, like I said, leaving us wasn't that good for us, and he's going to Sheffield United, who I believe are getting relegated. I could be wrong, who fucking knows with all these leagues changing around. Dan Byrne is Superman, he will be our main centre back for quite a while, and the other ones will rotate in around him. Maybe he'll get a few rests here and there, but Dan Byrne is the main man. So good at the back, so tall, and just so good to have on your team. Terrell Thomas, I like him, but he might be the one that gets sacrificed for Robinson and also for potential other young centre-backs coming through. Dunkley did so well last season. At the moment, he's keeping his starting position, and we'll see what happens when other players come in and see how well they do. And Donovan Daniels didn't really play out on loan all season. Not sure how much he played out on loan, but good to have him next season, and also Angus MacDonald. It will be a difficult thing for us to choose a starting centre-back pairing, but we've got options, we've got choices. I like having all that shit. Now left backs, 3 left backs. Elder going to return from his loan to Leicester. Might look to bring him back in, maybe on a permanent deal, or maybe look to bring in a different left back, who knows. Reece James was very good at left back all season, but we know what he's like. Other career modes and other FIFAs, he usually wants to leave, so you know we might have to deal with that pretty soon. And Kellett back from his loan. It's one of them things, it's, do we keep Kellett? I mean, he is very similar to Elder in terms of, you know, stats and also in terms of age and overall. I think we'll keep Kellett and look to bring in maybe a better backup left back, or maybe a younger, more promising left back. Then for CDMs, we've only got 2, Dominic White and Dele, both youngsters we've brought in. Dominic White, very good at CDM, Kante-esque I would say, quite quick and quite strong for his size, and only 16 years old and he's 66 overall. A lot of that is due to training, but you know, he is looking good. Up by 6 as well. And Delev up by 4. We're probably going to look to sell him on because we have White, who is just that bit better. And when Delev played, he wasn't that good, so look to sell him on. We've got him in for free anyway, earn a bit of money from him. Now onto right midfielders, we've got Massey, Jacobs and also Wakefield. Massey and Jacobs, other than these small blips in December and January, were really good players. Up by 2 each. Jacobs now a 71 overall. I think the second highest in the team, next to Dan Byrne. Oh, him and James are 71. I think Dan Byrne is 72. No, also 71. So we've got Dan Byrne, Reece James and Jacobs all 71 overall. Not bad. But yeah, Massey did well. Happy with him. Jacobs did well, and so did Wakefield. The games he played, he was quite impressive. So I'm happy to have him in the side as well. Bit of training for him. He could be good in the future. Flores is on loan, coming back next season, might look to loan him on again or sell him. So now this is central midfielders, although these guys kind of played everywhere. So we've got Evans, Gregory, Perkins, Morsey, Byrne, Lawrence, Powell, Flores. You know, a lot of them were loaned out. So Flores, coming back next season, we'll probably sell him on. Same with Josh Lawrence, bring him back and sell him on. Powell did well as a central attacking midfielder, we'll keep playing him. But we are going to look to bring in some backup central attacking midfielders, just in case. Jack Byrne did really well when he came back from loan. He is a person I'm happy to use in the middle, but now the question is, do we need Gilby? I'm still going to get him, but do we need him? Who knows, Morsey might be a guy who makes way for Gilby because Gilby is that bit younger and I prefer Gilby. Just sorry Morsey. Well, you know, he was good this season. Perkins, you know, did well at the start of the season. We got better players in the end, so we didn't play him as much. And he is quite old. No point wasting time on old players in career mode, but, you know, in real life, solid guy Perkins. Gregory, up by 2, probably look to sell him on as well. He is just not that good. And for his age, I expect him to be around the 60 mark, not around the 50 mark. Then Evans, returning from his loan, going to Wolves, and we might look to loan in somebody like him again. Probably not him though, he was quite slow and not that good. Now on to left-sided players, only 2 of them to choose from, Boateng and Colclough. Colclough up by 3, played well, a bit unhappy when Boateng came in, he kind of got replaced. But Boateng is just amazing, that pace and dribbling is fantastic. And you know, Boateng was amazing. If you do want to sign a left midfielder, this is a guy for you. He is fucking a beast of a player. And Colclough as well, you know, he's a good player, good all-round player. I'm not sure what's happening with these two next season. I might look to bring in a really solid left midfielder. I don't know, I really don't know. Then on to strikers, the final bit, we've got Callum Lang, Will Grigg, Chaplin, Barragan and Tony. Start with Lang, come back from his loan, might loan him out again, not sure about him yet. Barragan, I might look to sell on, we put a lot of training into him, but it's looking like it's going to be an impossible task, so I might sell him on and then focus on Callum Lang instead. I really don't know. But we've got Chaplin and Grigg. Chaplin up now to a 71, actually surpassed Grigg, so he might play a few more games next season. And Grigg is still a good player, so maybe 2 up top next season? I don't know. I will try things out, try and get both of them involved as much as possible. And Ivan Toney, so well at the start of the season, then, I don't know, he just dropped off and went shit. When the game updated, he got updated to be a shit player, so now we got Chaplin instead now, and I'm much happier with Chaplin in our side. So that is it for the squad report. A bit of a long one, yes I know, but it's all the overall increases and all that good shit. And plus I give my opinions on the players and just rambled on for about, you know, 8 minutes. So yeah, belting. And now we're going to go through the goals, assists and clean sheets, all these stats for the players. I've sorted this out in terms of goals first. So the most goals with Will Grigg, 22 goals in the league, 1 in the FA Cup, 1 in the Carabao Cup. He did really well. And you know, top scorer, fantastic player. Matty got 17 goals, did really well. A lot of goals in the league, 1 in the Carabao Cup, and he didn't get anything in the FA Cup. Jacobs, 16 goals for him, another excellent performance from our players. And yeah, just him, Massey and Grigg were just brilliant up front getting the goals. I mean, even Powell chipped in with 14 goals. That came from nowhere, to be honest. He was never like one for scoring goals, but he just kept getting the odd goal here and there. In the end, it worked out for us. Chaplin got 10 goals. I'm not sure if they were all for us, but I don't know, I really can't tell you. But he got 10 goals, 5 in the Carabao Cup, 4 in one game. Amazing from him. And Tony in the end got 10. 2 of them were in the International Cup, the pre-season one, but you know, still a bit interesting. Fair play to him. Colclough got 10 goals, did quite well. Boateng got 10 goals in 20 games. That is fucking extraordinary for a left midfielder, so fair play to him. Jack Byrne got 5 goals. You know, fair play to the lad. Not sure if they were all for us, but he got 5. Dan Byrne got 4. Fucking Dan Byrne. After our strikers and our like attacking players, Dan Byrne is the next top scorer. Fucking beautiful. Perkins got 3. Well, again, credit to him. Evans got 2 in pre-season. Morsey got 2. Wakefield also come up with 2 goals. Barragan got 1. Burt got 1. Dunkley got 1. James got 1. That is it for goals. Now on to assists. I'm trying to not make this last for too long, but you know, it's me. 22 assists for Grigg. He was actually top goal scorer and top assister. You know, fair play to the lad, Jesus Christ, that's actually fucking amazing. Colclough got 13 assists, again, fair play to him. He got one of them in pre-season though, so, you know, take that away. Powell got 12 assists, again, didn't really get that many goals compared to Massey and Jacobs and Grigg, but he got a fair few assists. And speaking of Massey and Jacobs, both got 11 assists each, fantastic players. Chaplin got 7 assists, not bad for a striker, that is really not bad, and, you know, he did well. Tony got 6, Byrne got 5, that's Jack Byrne. Nathan Byrne got 4 assists, a lot of crosses, I think mainly crosses into the box. Morsey got 4 assists, Elder got 4 assists. From 19 games, not bad for the young lad. 3 assists for Perkins, 1 for Luke Burke, 2 for Wakefield, again pretty good, 1 for Barrigan. Boateng only got 1 assist, but to be fair, when we got the ball with him, we never usually passed. 1 for Evans, 1 for Dan Burn, 1 for Dunkley, 1 for James, and 1 for Dominic White. Can't remember when he got an assist, but he got one apparently. Now clean sheets, this is a bit, you know, not that important, but 20 clean sheets for Nathan Byrne, Dunkley, James and Jacobs. So, you know, them 3 probably our best defenders. Then we've got Massey, who when he played 18 clean sheets, Dan Byrne 16, Nick Powell 16, Grigg 15. So when Grigg played, we conceded. That's what it's saying there. Not a lot, but we did. Colclough only 14 clean sheets on 52 games, but he did play a lot of fucking games. To be, you know, to be fair to him. Perkins kept 14 clean sheets from 39 games. Jack Byrne 14 from 45. Morsey 13 from 34. Walton kept 10 clean sheets. Now this is where it's more important, the keepers. 10 clean sheets for Walton from 28 games. Terrell Thomas 9 clean sheets from 22 games. Not a bad defender. Jimmy Jones kept 7 clean sheets from 18 games. Fair play to the lad. Luke Burke only 7, not so great. Evans, we don't care about. Elder 7 from 19, not bad. Archer only kept 6 clean sheets from 16 games. Not great, but we do concede a lot of goals on FIFA. I think it's mainly due to me defending, sorry. Morgan, 4 clean sheets from 16 games, it says a lot. Robinson, 3 from 7, not bad. Soriano, 3 clean sheets from 5 games, pretty good for a keeper. 1 clean sheet for Davis from 3 games. And then Delev, no clean sheets when he plays. When he plays, we concede, not good. And the rest of them all 0 as well. But saying that, Evans, I don't think actually, no, Evans never played in goal for us, so there you go. That is it for the stats. Don't worry people, we're almost at the end of the episode. But now on to top scorers in League 1. We've got Grigg, who got 22 goals. In the end did get the golden boot, so I'm happy with that. We've got Massey up there with 16, Jacobs up there with 15, and I believe if we scroll down a bit more there is Powell, and that'll be it for our top scorers. We've got Madden up there for Scunthorpe, who did well. Agard for MK Dons, and Blackburn had Antonsen up there as well, so you know, well, a few good players up there. Novak also got up there as well, so Scunthorpe had 2 main scorers and they got up there for Scunthorpe. Keep saying up there. But this is the best one, assists. The top 4 people in the league for assists were Wigan players. So Grigg won the golden boot and also the most assists. Fantastic for him, 20 and then obviously 12 for Powell and 11 each for Jacobs and Massey. One of the reasons we won the league was because our attack was just so good. That formation we had, the 4, whatever the fuck it was, 4-3-2-1, whatever it was, amazing, worked out perfectly. And you can see by the stats, it did work. Any other players from us up there? We got Colclough up there with 7, and you know, a few Scunthorpe players up there like Ojo, Madden, also Morris and Novak. So you know, they did quite well, but we just dominated assists. Clean sheets, Jilks got 16, I have no fucking clue how he was shit. Walton got 9, but again he was injured and got replaced halfway through the season. Then Archer got 6, so combined 9 plus 6 equals 15. We still would have come second. Jilks, yeah, most clean sheets, don't understand that at all. He was shit. And now for Player of the Year. This is the player that won the most Players of the Month, and I'm going to read through them very quickly for you right now. So we've got Perkins, who won in July, Grigg won in August and November, Jacobs won in September, Colclough won in October, Massey won in December and April, Chaplin in January, Jack Byrne won in February, and Boateng and Dunkley shared it in March. So from those results, there are 2 players who are in contention for Player of the Year / Player of the Season and who'll be inducted into a Hall of Fame. Now, those 2 players are Will Grigg and Gavin Massey. So the big question now is, who gets it? And to be honest, either one of them can get it, but I don't want to give out 2 Players of the Year. I can't do that. I don't mind giving out 2 Players of the Month for 1 month, but 2 Players of the Year, I think that is a bit too much. So it's Grigg or Massey who's going to get it, and in the end, judged on stats, it's going to go to Will Grigg. I know he's a striker, but he got 24 goals and also 22 assists. That is fantastic, and he will get Player of the Year, and he'll be the first player for us who gets inducted into a Hall of Fame, and that means we cannot sell Grigg now. He will be at the club until he retires, and we'll offer him whatever contract he wants. If he doesn't play, he doesn't play. That is a new objective for us. Will Grigg, Player of the Year for 2017/18, and now he will stay at the club until he retires. Yeah, but I feel bad for Massey, I really do. And now it's time for Goal of the Season, and we'll start off in 3rd place, and it will be Nick Powell for his goal against Scunthorpe in episode 9. A lovely team goal that started all the way back from the keeper, and in the end it finished with Powell finishing it in the top left corner past Matt Gilks, the guy who kept the most clean sheets, so in theory and statistically the best keeper in the league. Just great player from the team. Grigg with a reverse pass inside and Powell with a lovely finish, and in the end it was a crucial goal in a crucial game that helped us see the title out and win the league. And now for 2nd place, it's Gavin Massey for his goal against Portsmouth all the way back in episode 2, and that is why it got 2nd place. A lovely strike from the right winger, right footed shot I believe, and into the top left hand corner kind of. Keeper was left with no chance, and it was a beautiful goal and one that started off a pretty good season for Massey, but it did get better for him, and that is why he got 1st place with this goal against Bristol Rovers in episode 3, and you can see why just from the video. He took on 3 or 4 players and then a lovely finish as well. So we had a great team goal, a good long range effort, and to finish it off, it is an individual goal by Massey, who just missed out on Player of the Season, but will get Goal of the Year. And that's it. Thank you for watching this 1st season of the Wigan Athletic Career Mode. I hope you enjoyed, and next episode will be the 1st in season 2, so stick around, that'll be coming out pretty soon. And thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time for more. Goodbye.